This is going to be the first and last video you ever need on how to create YouTube content as a real estate agent. Truthfully, what I'm about to show you in this lengthy tutorial is basically what most people are charging $3,000 to $5,000 for in their programs, and I'm gonna do it all for you for free. So for the first time ever on YouTube, I'm going to walk you through how to prepare your content, how to organize it, how to find video topics and write the bullet points for them in a matter of seconds. I'm gonna show you how to record your content, how to edit it real time, as well as how to design a thumbnail in a matter of seconds, which I will do live that nobody else is showing you. And I'm gonna talk to you about how to upload, optimize, schedule, and also excite engagement within your YouTube video. So if you're struggling to create YouTube content, buckle up because this is the only video you're going to need and nobody else is sharing it because they're usually charging for it. But if you do want to know how to leverage AI and ChatGPT in order to skyrocket your YouTube channel, just drop a comment below and type in GPT leads and I'll send you my brand new free training which walks you through how to, after you follow this process, start to leverage ChatGPT to explode your channel and generate a ton more leads. So without further ado, let's show you every step that's required from start to finish of creating a proper YouTube video that will start to generate you free leads. Okay, so let's walk through step by step the entire journey of coming up with a video idea, bullet points, how to edit it, upload it, thumbnails, everything that you need to do. And hopefully this video becomes a future reference for you because this is going to be probably the only video you'll find on YouTube related to realtors showing you the entire process start to finish. I'm the first one to ever do it on YouTube because I actually want to see you win. And this is truthfully what a lot of people that are charging $3,000 to $5,000 in their courses are trying to teach you. So I'm going to give it to you for free. Now, the first thing is the organization aspect of it, and then we'll start getting into the titles, we'll get into the bullet points, how to prep for it. I will walk through everything. Now, when we come to organization, as you can see over here, one of the things that's important is I always have a vault and then I have in progress. So the vault is where I put all of my video ideas. And I'll show you what mine actually looks like now. As you can see here, my vault is a private section in monday.com. And then I've got my full team here where, you know, I've got one guy taking care of long form, short form, another for thumbnail, and everybody's kind of working towards deadlines and it's very clean. But in the beginning, I just did something like this. Right? Done is better than perfect. Imperfect action is better than perfect in action. Whatever it takes, I ran my entire YouTube channel off of a Google Sheet until I had 20,000 subscribers and made 7 figures from my YouTube channel. So all that I like to do is have this kind of outline here for the vault of stacking video ideas. And then once it's in progress, I'll move it over to something like this where I'll put the deadline. Has it been recorded? Has it been edited, thumbnail, uploaded, and just a bit of a checklist so that I can stay very organized. And this is going to help you stay on top of how your videos are progressing. Now, it's really important to make sure that you're batching your content and that this is in your calendar, because if it's not in your calendar, it doesn't exist. But now that we have our organization, let's go ahead and look at the video. And so if you've downloaded my video list, which you can get if you just comment video list, I'll give you the entire first year's worth of videos for free, so you don't even have to think about the first year's videos. So what we're going to do is let's just pick maybe this one. This is the easiest video to do when you're just getting started. So if you're just looking at getting started on your YouTube channel, this is by far the easiest video to do. 5 reasons to move to your city. And so if you're not that comfortable in front of the camera, if you're not that familiar, this is a great way to get your feet wet just because it's so simple, and that's why I'm going to walk you through it. So let's pick a random city that I'm not in because I don't want this to be biased. If you know that I'm in Calgary, I do not want this to be specific to my market and for you to think, well, you know your market, so of course this is easy for you. Well, let's pick Austin, for example. That's a hot market. And so let's do 5 reasons to move to Austin. And so this is going to be the video that we're going to do. And so let's just make this nice and bold to make it easy for us to keep track of. And we're going to get started with this video here. And so this is where our focus is going to be. Now, deadline, let's just say maybe it's May 1st. And so the next point, after you figure out your topic, because again, I've saved you a ton of time by just giving you the first year's worth of videos, let's talk about the bullet points. So a lot of people will say, well, I know the topics I need to do, but I don't know the bullet points. So step 3 is going to be the bullet points. Step 1, organize. Step 2, titles. Step 3 is going to be the bullet points. Now, there's 2 different ways that you can do this. Again, I have never been to Austin. I don't know anything about it. So this is going to be as if I am you and a new agent, new market, don't know much about my city. Let's go. So there's 2 different options. So this can be 5 reasons, 7 reasons. It does not matter. It's just more so about what are the reasons to move to Austin. So I've got Google and ChatGPT. Google. What are the reasons someone should move to Austin, Texas? Or reasons to move to Austin, Texas. Okay, great. Well, here's a video about the 8 reasons to move to Austin by Redfin. Well, if you want to create a video about the 8 reasons to move to Austin, there's your 8 bullet points, right? So we can come here, literally just turn this blog into a video. Well, if we come down here, there's 7 reasons, buy another realtor, 20 reasons, 6 reasons, 15. So you can look at this and see it's already been done. You don't have to overcomplicate this and wonder what you should be saying. There's already people that have written blogs. Redfin's a $1 billion company, and they've already done the research for you to figure out what you could even talk about. And here's a bit of a breakdown of the things that you could talk about. So it's just that simple when it comes to finding the bullet points. Create 8 reasons. Done. Restructure them, reorder them, put your own flair and flavor on it. And that's what you could do. Now, the next thing you could do is come to ChatGPT and say, I am a residential real estate agent with a YouTube channel in Austin, Texas. I create videos educating potential buyers and sellers about moving to, living in, and relocating or investing to Austin, Texas. I am creating a video about the 5 reasons someone should move to Austin, Texas in 2024. Please give me 5 bullet points or 7 bullet points or whatever that explain the top reasons why someone should move to Austin, Texas. And so you've got a YouTube channel. You're a residential realtor. You educate people, buyers and sellers, about living there, relocating there. Let's see what this says. Booming job market. Wonder where Redfin got that, right? A vibrant culture and lifestyle. Here's your bullet points. Well, let's keep this going. Outdoor activities. Wonder where Redfin got that. Diverse, inclusive community. Also in the Redfin document. And lastly, let's see what it says. Foodie's paradise. So there's your 5 bullet points. And so I really want you to understand that you don't have to overcomplicate this. Simplicity scales. The quicker and simpler that you make things, the quicker you're going to be able to take action and scale. So now we've got our bullet points, and let's say these are our bullet points. Well, we can come here. Let's go back to our trusty old document and just put these in here. And now we've got our bullet points. Okay. Well, after we have our bullet points, we want to do a couple things. The first is going to be scheduling. And so for me personally, this is point number 4, scheduling. I block off my calendar every Saturday from 8:30 a.m. to about 4 p.m. now to batch my entire month's worth of content, because I do so much of it that I need that much time. And so I batch my content once a month on a Saturday. The first Saturday I prep, the second Saturday I record, and then the other Saturdays I create content for my programs, for my masterminds, communities, things like that. And so every Saturday it's blocked off as a non-negotiable to record. For you, my recommendation, find the day of the week that is the slowest for you. So if you're still in production and you've got maybe kids driving to school, picking up from school, evening with your family, dinner, time with your spouse, things like that, showings in the evening and weekends, well, the weekend's probably not the best for you because you're doing showings or open houses or spending time with your family. So that might mean Wednesday, midday, late morning might be the best time for you after you drop kids off, or if your spouse does that, great. But pick a day that's the least disruptive, that is essentially the slowest day of the week, and block it off every week, once a week, 4-hour window as a non-negotiable. And so one week you can prep, the next week you can record, then you can edit and upload and optimize, and then rinse and repeat. And so the preparation, as you can see here, is important because now if I did all of this ahead of time, I usually do this for 8 videos a month. Well, when I get to the point where I can sit down and record, I know all 8 videos with all the bullet points in every video that I need to record, so I could sit down and crank it out instead of sitting down, wasting half the time I was supposed to record prepping, and then you're frustrated and then you don't even get many videos out. So when it comes to prepping, which is part number 4, prepping your equipment, a couple things that I really want you to be mindful of before we actually start recording. And so that is going to be making sure that you're set up the night before. That means charging all batteries, making sure that your SD card or your memory card for your camera, if you're using one, is not full. Making sure that if you're in a studio like mine, well, I set up all the lighting and made sure everything was good the night before, so that way I could sit down today, crank out all my videos, and then I'm done. And so I always encourage to test the night before, test the audio, test the video, make sure everything looks good, the lighting, make sure everything is charged. If you're using your phone, a GoPro, a camera, charge it. Make sure your memory cards or your phone or your storage is not full. Do all of that in preparation and lay out maybe the clothes that you want to use. I have just over here a closet that I put all of the shirts that I want to wear in my YouTube videos. The next day, I hang them up in that walk-in closet. And so I could sit down, change shirts within seconds, and get back to recording. The efficiencies are what make a world of a difference. And so the preparation is key. But that's what I advise the night before you record, just so that you can make sure that you can take action. Now, part number 5 is going to be the actual recording. And this is why I have the bullet points here. And so if we expand these a little bit, and then maybe we wrap the text so that it shows up in full, we can see here that I've got my bullet points. Now, the things that this is going to be lacking is the introduction, the hook, and the call to action. So typically what I want to do when I'm recording and why I have bullet points is because I want to make the editing easy. And so I will show you how I edit videos in real time to make it as simple as possible to show you that you can do it yourself using free software and tools. But the way that I operate is first I do the hook, then I do the call to action, then I do an introduction, and then I get to the bullet points. So this video, for example, what I would do is I would get set up in my studio and I would turn the camera on. I would set up the audio recording. If you have any questions, drop a comment below and we will answer them. And what I do is I click record on the camera, click record on the audio. So I've got my files, both files running. And then I stop, look at the camera, and I'm going to deliver my hook. Everybody's looking at moving to Austin in 2024, and there's 5 things that you need to know about moving here, but one of them you might not be expecting, and it's something that catches most people off guard who are thinking about moving here, and I want to make sure that you don't make a costly mistake. Okay, pretty decent intro, just off the top of my head. Well, there's 5 things they need to know. One of them might catch people off guard. We can figure out which one we want that to be. Maybe there's a caveat with the booming job market. And now we need to do the call to action. This is the key. This is the most important part. If you don't call the action, no action gets taken. So what we're going to do is say, by the way, my name is Mike Sherrod with eXp Realty, your Austin go-to realtor. And if you would like to know anything else about buying, selling, investing, or relocating to Austin, Texas, feel free to check the description below. You can book a call with me, text me, email me, whatever is convenient for you. And I would love to have a private conversation about what I can do to help you with your next move. Okay, call to action done. Then we're going to get into an introduction. Something like, I've been in Austin for the last couple of years and have helped so many people relocate here and have helped them avoid so many mistakes that they otherwise didn't know if they were just doing their own research. And I want to make sure that you are properly up to speed with what's happening in Austin so that you don't make a mistake and you can make this your next dream choice for finding your perfect home. Okay, and now we're going to say, without further ado, let's get into the 5 things you need to know about moving here. First, we're going to talk about the booming job market. and then we're going to get going. Now, that's how I start to record, but let's talk about the bullet points. So what I do is I first deliver the hook and the call to action and the intro. Then I stop and pause. And what I'll do is I will look at my computer and say, okay, booming job market. Then I'll look back at the camera and I'll say, the first thing that I would like to talk to you about is about the booming job market, and talk based on experience because you are the industry expert. I see so many agents saying that they're the industry expert, but they don't know what to talk about when it comes to videos for their own market. Treat this as if your ideal client sat down in front of you and said, hey, Mike, I'm thinking about moving from the Bay Area to Austin, Texas. Can you talk to me about reasons why you think I should do that versus moving to Denver? Well, you're not going to pull up ChatGPT and read off a script and say, hey, yeah, John, really excited that you're considering moving to Austin. Let me just pull up my notes here and figure out why you should do that. You know what I mean? It's never going to happen. So what you need to do is just speak from experience, speak with passion, speak from the heart based on what you know and love about your market. You're supposed to be the industry expert. The beautiful part with video is that we can edit out places that we mess up and we can use tools ahead of time to guide us. So don't overcomplicate it, but I'll deliver point number 1, booming job market. After I speak about that, I will stop again, pause, vibrant culture and lifestyle, part number 2. Well, the second reason why you want to consider moving to Austin is because of the vibrant culture and the lifestyle here, which is absolutely unbelievable. And talk about that for a couple of minutes. Once you've talked about that, stop, pause, point number 3, and repeat. Now, the really important lesson here, do not ever stop the camera recording or the audio recording if you've got 2 files or if you just have 1. Keep it rolling the entire time. Never stop it. The reason being is that when you stop and pause, the audio will go silent because you're not saying anything, you're looking at your computer. And when we're editing the video, what we're able to do is we're able to just cut out the dead spots where the camera or when the audio went silent, and then the video could be edited in like 5 or 10 minutes instead of 30 to 60 minutes. And so looking back at the camera, then the bullet points, then the camera really allows you to stay on track, speak genuinely, but then also make sure that the editing is simple. So I'll just go through that. And then at the end of the video, so by the way, if you like this and want to make sure that you're up to date with everything related to the Austin real estate market, make sure you subscribe and also drop a comment if you have any questions about potentially your next move in or to Austin. That's pretty much it. Don't overcomplicate it. Make it simple, right? So that's part number 5, which is going to be the recording. Now let's talk about editing. So we've got our video recorded. Now we're good to go. Editing, thumbnail. That's where a lot of people get tripped up. So let's dive into it. Let's pull up good old iMovie. So we've got iMovie here, and this is a test video. It's not a video about moving to Austin because that's not what my channel is about. But let's say that this was a video about moving to Austin and the 5 things that you need to know. I've got my video file. I've got my audio file. I have a song. And if you want to know where to get songs, you can go to Epidemic Sound. I will link it in the description below. Or you can just use some of the free copyright music that YouTube provides. And then I've got an image that we can use for a thumbnail image, because I'll show you live time how to do a thumbnail. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag and drop the video and the audio in here. Now, this is if you have 2 files. If you have 1 file, it's just going to make your life that much easier. Okay, so we've got our video file here, and you'll be able to see where I stop and pause and look at the camera. Look at this side look. I'm looking at my computer to see what is the first bullet point, right? And then back to the camera to deliver that bullet point. Well, now let's look at the audio file. This is if you're using like an external mic like this one here. And what we want to do, and you'll notice that I clap in the beginning of every one of my videos after I click record on the camera and record on the audio. And I clap. And the reason being is so in editing, you can sync them up like I'm going to show you here so that they sound perfect. So if we come back here, you'll see the clap. And if we zoom in a little bit more, we can make sure the clap is at the perfect time. You can see the peak here, we're good to go. So now what we'll do is we will turn the audio off of the camera. and go to 0. And now we just have the audio from our mic. Nice and easy. Okay, well now what we want to do is edit it. Well, you can't hear this, but if I played this... Getting a real estate license can be life-changing, but I messed up there. So this is where the video actually starts. Okay, well let's just split that. And by the way, CapCut's even easier. So if you want to use CapCut instead of iMovie, it's way easier, it's way better. So feel free to use CapCut. I'm just showing you what you could do for free. It is so easy. And CapCut, again, is even easier. So now this is my hook and my introduction, but let's look at what happens here after I deliver that. To make sure that but also give you a couple tips and tricks along the way to give you some solutions so that you can handle them. So I stopped, this is where I finished my hook and my introduction and my call to action. This is where I'm looking at my desktop or my laptop out of frame to look at bullet point number 1. Okay, this is where I start bullet point number 1 to talk about it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna cut this out, we're gonna cut this out. We're going to do the same with where I messed up here. And we're going to cut that out. And we're just going to rinse and repeat that very simple process. Cut out where you messed up, and then it's done. But what you'll notice is that audio makes a big difference when it comes to music in the background so that it's not so boring. So let's say we have a song. Well, we can drag and drop the song here. Great. What you'll notice is that if I play this song at full volume, it's going to overpower me to the point you can't even hear me. So what I like to do is drop the song down to about 5%. And what I'll do is I'll listen to it and say, is it overpowering? Is it disruptive? Is it annoying? And if it is, I drop it down a bit further. If it's not, I keep it where it is. Very simple. And so what you'll notice is that the video is a lot longer than the song. If we come here and look at it like this, right? So the video takes way longer than the song takes. So I just copy the song, paste it here, paste it again. And we'll just delete that just so I can make it easier for you. So we'll come over to where the song again, paste it here, come over here, paste it again until it gets to the end of the video. Obviously make sure that these line up like so. And then we'll paste it one more time, but we see that it ends here. Well, we want to cut off the end where I'm just reaching to cut off the camera. And let's make all these cut at the same time. Maybe do a transition at the very end when I stop talking. And we'll put a transition in here of a fade to black. And then this is a little bit jacked up. So what we'll do is we'll cut this a bit more. Split the clip, split the clip. And then we're pretty much done. The video doesn't take that long to edit. And that's what I wanted to show you, is that it could be very, very simple. And then once the video is done editing, what we want to do is click here, and then over here at a frame, it's going to say export file, and you just export the file. Done. Video editing is good to go. Done. So now what I want to do is walk through the thumbnail. And so let me show you a couple of things here. This is my thumbnail images, and you can see here that you're going to feel like a bit of an idiot. You're going to feel silly. You're going to feel stupid, but that's okay. That's just part of it, and that's okay. And so what I do is I just put a timer. I used to put a timer on my phone, and what I do now is I actually record a video, and then I get my team to screenshot the clearest images so that way everything could be in 4K. But if you're looking at taking thumbnail images, what I always did historically was I took this beautiful little device here, little iPhone, and I would put it on selfie, portrait mode, and I would stand in front of a window where the light's not coming directly in, but there's natural light coming in. So the sun's not glaring on you, but there is light coming in, because natural soft light is going to be the best lighting anyway. And so I'd put my phone on a tripod, I'd put it on the 10-second timer on portrait mode, and then I would stand in front of it, wait 10 seconds, do a pose, and then do it again about 20 to 30 times, and then just pick out which ones I thought were the best. Very simple. So we've got a whole slew of different thumbnail images wearing different shirts. As you can see here, white polo, black v-neck, white v-neck, blue v-neck. And so you can see here a whole slew of different images, just based on where I'm sitting, where I'm recording, stuff like that. Well, now what we want to do is we want to create our thumbnail. We can create it using Canva. And a lot of people will say, well, Mike, if we look at this image, we don't want the back, we want to be able to clip you out and not have the background. Well, guess what? There's free tools that could do that. Let's say we wanted to put the image in here. What this is going to do, work its little magic. Boom. Download. Okay. There you go. Background's removed. Downloaded in seconds. We're going to come to Canva. We're going to design a YouTube, and then it'll come up thumbnail right here. And you could type in thumbnail if you want it to show up at the top, but thumbnail. And what you'll see is that there's going to be a whole slew of different templates over here that you can use if you don't have a graphic designer. And that's okay, right? So if we wanted to do, maybe this one, for example, but we want to get rid of this guy. And maybe what we want to do is we want to paste in our image here. Okay. Now again, this is going to be a terrible thumbnail because I'm just trying to do it quickly live for you. But we can come here. Maybe we want to remove these, stars or something like that, which we could, but we're just going to say, okay. Like that. So, 5 reasons and then we can put here Austin, Texas. Moving in 2024. And who cares about this text? That's useless. So let's just get rid of that. Okay, done. There's our thumbnail. Nice and easy. Maybe your background's a different color. Maybe you want to make it like, maybe your branding is, more light blue. Or maybe it's more yellow. Or whatever. But you could do it however you would like to. Now you've got a thumbnail. Very easy, right? And so if you're at the point where you can outsource, there's better options, of course, by getting a graphic designer to do it. But I just did it live in real time with you in seconds to create a thumbnail. Guess what we're going to do? Download it. Download as a PNG. Done. Okay. So, video's downloaded. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to upload the video and optimize because our thumbnail's done. So let's come to YouTube and let's click create and we're going to upload a video. Now what I'm going to do again, I'm just going to assume this was our fully edited video with the audio, with everything good to go, so that I can just quickly upload it for you. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drag and drop that here. And we are going to say, you can do all of this later, but 5 reasons to move to Austin, Texas in 2024. You might be surprised. Done. And then we've got our thumbnail. So let's make sure that we can go ahead and upload our thumbnail. And so if we come here, we'll be able to look at this, and then we'll be able to upload the thumbnail. Great. Thumbnail's uploaded. You can add it to a playlist if you would like. No, not made for kids. Next. Monetization. If you are monetized, you can monetize it. Unlisted. So you can see here it's uploading. It's going to take about 3 minutes. And then once it's uploaded, we're going to be good to go. So let's pause this for a second here. We'll come back and you'll see that it's down here processing. So what we'll do is we'll pause this, and then once it's uploaded, I will come back and then we will optimize it and then schedule it and get ready to rock. Okay, so now you can see here that the video is basically uploaded, but because it's 4K, it's being optimized. So if we just kind of refresh this, we will see here that it's checking to make sure that I didn't, say any bad language or did anything, inappropriate, so that it can be optimized, or rather monetized. So we're going to come here. We've got our title mapped out. Now, the one thing that I really want to recommend here is to come to YouTube and to type in reasons to move to Austin, Texas. And so when you're writing out your title, what you want to do is you want to make sure that it's better than the top ones that are currently ranking. You can see here 7 reasons not to move. Now, one piece of advice that I'll give you is that if a video has more views than the person has subscribers, that means that video is performing well for that channel and it's actually helping their channel grow. So you can see here, almost 10,000 views, only 6,000 subscribers, 34,000 views, only 11,000 subscribers. Well, this one obviously has already a big channel, not the best. And we could start to see here, 17,000 views, only 6,000 subscribers. Pretty good. So what we want to make sure is that our thumbnail stands out more than this one. So what I'll do in that case is I'll typically pull this up and I'll put it beside these other thumbnails and say, does it stand out more than this one, this one, this one, and so on and so forth. And so we also want to make sure the title as well. Does our title stand out? So I'll leave that up to you because you just want to make it more creative, but that's really important. Now we want to write in the description. With the description, you want to include a couple things. 2 to 3 sentences about the video with keywords. You want to also include your contact information, and that usually should be at the very top. And this is going to be things like your phone, email, Calendly link, website, done. And then a bit of a bio. So maybe 2 to 4 sentences about you. Done. So you can feel free to plug that in. Again, I typically advise the contact information to be at the top. That way, what happens is it's the first thing people see because you want leads. Okay. Well, the one thing that I swear by is using vidIQ. And so vidIQ, I have used this to blow up my channel. And what this basically does is it gives you the data, but it also, as you can see over here, gives you AI title suggestions, AI descriptions, and then also AI tags or keywords, whatever you want to call them. And so to optimize the video, we want to make sure that we use these. But here's a really cool thing. With vidIQ, let's say this video is performing well. Well, what we can do is come to this video, and we can come down here, and we can look at the video tags, and I can tell by looking at this that it actually is pretty well optimized. Copy the tags, come in here, back to the video, paste them in, and done. Replace all these with 2024 and your video is pretty much optimized. You can see this. I also recommend writing in your name and then you're good to go. So it's just that easy. Now, one of the most important things with vidIQ is I use the Boost one. If you want this, instead of paying $50 a month, I'll put this link in the description. You can start for only $1 a month, but this is what gives you all the AI tools and all of the things that make it so much easier. And again, for $1 to $50 a month, this is basically what scaled my channel because it gave me all the insight to make it easy to optimize and also all of the keyword opportunities to say top keyword opportunities. I should probably do a video about all of these because it's telling me that that's what my channel would actually rank for. So it starts to actually help guide your channel in terms of how it's going to scale. Okay, so now we've done our keywords. We've written out our description. We've got a title. We want to add an end screen because we want to just not keep people on our channel or get people there. We want to keep them on it. And so this is basically recommending your next video. You can come through and say, maybe we want to recommend, let's say this video. Okay. Well, this is the next video that will show up for that person if they want to keep watching. Done. So now I've got our end screen. Well, the last thing we want to do is we want to schedule the video to go out. And let's say we want to come up here and schedule it under visibility, schedule. And we want to set this to go live on the 27th at, 6 a.m. And then we can just come over here and done. Save. Now, the last thing is people will ask, well, how do I know what time I should be posting? Once you've put out enough videos, which is usually about 24 videos, you'll actually be able to see, based on your analytics, and you come to content, if we come down here, it'll actually show you when your audience, it'll show you when your audience is most active. So for me, there's a reason why I posted at 6 a.m. because my audience becomes active shortly after that. I want the video to be uploaded, ready to rock, building a bit of momentum for when my audience is most engaged. So let the data do the talking. And over time, you're able to use that as a barometer of when you should be posting your content. And so when we come back and we look at that video, the last thing that you want to do is you want to engage. And so this is really important, where if we look at this video, for example, if we come through, a couple things. Number one, I've got a pinned comment at the top. Just wanted to say a huge thank you for everybody that supports me. Have you ever dealt with this? Drop a question or a comment. Well, that's pinned to the top, but you can see a lot of comments here. Replying to the comments. You can see replying to basically most of the comments. And so the engagement is really important. Now, if you really want a ninja trick of what you could do, one of the best things you could do is actually reply to the comment with a question. So if somebody, you put a pinned comment at the top here and you say, by the way, if you're in Austin, I'd love to know, drop a comment and let me know which community you're in. Or if you're moving to Austin, where are you moving from? Drop a comment and let me know. Pin it to the top. All you have to do is 3 dots and pin it. And then when people say, I live in this community, reply back with, well, why did you choose that community? If they're coming from California, say, what's making you consider Austin over California? And that will start to drum up a ton of natural engagement within your channel. And it's really going to help your channel perform and start to do better. And that's the last part, is engaging. But again, that is a start to finish full breakdown of everything that you need to do in order to crank out content and stay consistent. As easy as, again, I just did this entire thing in less than 40 minutes live with you. So if you have any other questions, drop a comment below and I'll make sure that you've got all the answers you need to take action. But hopefully, again, let me know if this was helpful. Drop the comment, let me know if it was helpful and if this is what you were looking for. So otherwise, if you would like to know some of the biggest mistakes that agents make when it comes to YouTube, check out this next video because I'll walk you through that so that you don't waste a ton of time doing this, only to fall victim to the mistakes I see everybody else dealing with. So thanks so much. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.